Hey everyone! Welcome to another exciting episode of Family Moments, where we use really cool object lessons
that teach the truth about what matters most.
Exactly. And today, we're beginning a brand new 4-week series using these.
Branches and rocks?
Close.
Twigs and pebbles?
Not quite.
Rods and gravel?
Sadie, I'm talking about sticks and stones, you knucklehead.
Oh! As in sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me?
Exactly.
Never heard of it.
Ow, brother. Hey friends, Pastor Robbie here, along with my lovely daughter and wonderful assistant, Sadie.
Hello.
And today, we're going to have some fun learning about obedience.
Obedience? I thought we were going to learn about sticks and stones.
Well, no, we're going to use sticks and stones as the theme for the next 4 weeks as we teach our lessons.
Speaking of which, I'm not sure if that saying about sticks and stones is really true. Earlier, you called me a knucklehead, and that did kind of hurt.
You're absolutely right. While sticks and stones may break your bones, calling people names really can hurt someone. And I hope you know I only called you a knucklehead to make that point. In truth, I would never call you that, and I think you're very smart and bright.
Whew! Thanks, I feel much better already. So, what do sticks and stones have to do with obedience?
Well, there are a lot of stories in the Bible that have to do with both sticks and stones. One of them has to do with a man named Moses. Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, he's kind of a big deal.
Now, can you think of any stories with Moses that involve sticks or stones?
Come to think of it, didn't God tell him to take his staff and throw it in front of Pharaoh and it became a serpent?
That's exactly right.
And didn't God tell him to raise his staff and stretch out his hand to divide the Red Sea so the Israelites could travel through on dry ground?
Right again. But I'm thinking of 2 other stories involving Moses that have to do with obeying.
Okay, I give up.
Well, you might recall that God gave Moses a popular set of 10 rules written on stone tablets that he wanted us all to obey.
Oh yeah, the 10 Commandments. I forgot about those.
Okay, well, do you remember all of the 10 Commandments?
I think I do. It seems like there's a lot of these and thous and thou shalt nots.
Well, let me see if I can share them all in a simpler, kid-friendly version. In fact, I'll say the number, and for everyone watching at home or school, you can pause the video if you want and see if you can get it before I say it. Are you ready? Number 1, put God first. In other words, we should love God more than anything else. Number 2, worship God. God should be the most important thing in your life. Number 3, don't say bad words, and especially don't say God's name as a bad word.
I know people who do that.
Well, yeah, and it's not very respectful. Always use God's name with love and respect. Number 4, remember to rest 1 day of the week.
Isn't that called the Sabbath?
Exactly. We can work 6 days, but we should honor God and rest at least 1 day by reflecting on Him. Number 5, love your parents. Number 6, don't hurt people. Number 7, don't cheat, especially with your husband or your wife. Number 8, don't steal. In other words, if it's not yours, don't take it. Number 9, always tell the truth. And number 10, don't be jealous. Be happy with what you have and don't wish for other people's things. And there you have it, the 10 Commandments in kid-friendly language.
So why did God give us the 10 Commandments anyway?
Great question. In a nutshell, God gave us the 10 Commandments to show us how to live life the right way, in a way that pleases Him.
Oh, I like that. What's the other Moses story?
Well, this one also has to do with obedience, and it involves both a stick and a stone. Let's read about it in Numbers 20, verses 6 through 12, where it says, Then Moses and Aaron went from the presence of the assembly to the entrance of the tent of meeting and fell on their faces. And the glory of the Lord appeared to them, and the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Take the staff and assemble the congregation, you and Aaron your brother, and tell the rock before their eyes to yield its water. So you shall bring water out of the rock for them and give drink to the congregation and their cattle." And Moses took the staff from before the Lord as he commanded him. Then Moses and Aaron gathered the assembly together before the rock, and he said to them, "Hear now, you rebels, shall we bring water for you out of this rock?" And Moses lifted up his hand and struck the rock with his staff twice, and water came out abundantly, and the congregation drank, and their livestock. And the Lord said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not believe in me, to uphold me as holy in the eyes of the people of Israel, therefore you shall not bring this assembly into the land that I have given them."
What in the world? God didn't let Moses go into the promised land just because he hit the rock with a stick?
Well, it was because he disobeyed.
Seems like a pretty harsh punishment, especially after he led everyone in the desert for 40 years.
Well, it's a good reminder that we should take obeying God pretty seriously. In fact, let me give you another little token to help you remember this story.
A rock? How is this supposed to remind me of the story? I don't see any water.
Well, you're not looking closely enough. Let me demonstrate this for you with a little object lesson I like to call the water stone. And all we're going to need is a limestone, a quarter, some vinegar, and my special clip-on microscope. What we're going to do is take our quarter and make a little scratch with it right in the middle of our rock, like this. Now we'll take a little dab of vinegar and rub it over our scratch mark on the rock. Then we'll attach our microscope to my phone, and upon closer review, you'll notice that we have water fizzing or bubbling inside our rock.
What in the world? How is that possible?
Well, limestone contains tiny bits of calcium carbonate, which means it probably spent time underwater.
I love it. Maybe I'll just take a marker and write the word obey on it like this, as a reminder of how to live the good life.
Perfect. Learning to obey God and live life the right way is a beautiful thing. So, Sadie, what did you learn today?
I learned that God gave us the 10 Commandments so that we can know how to live in a way that pleases Him and in a way that's better for everyone.
Exactly.
And I learned that we shouldn't take obeying God lightly. It's important to do what He wants us to do.
Very good.
Now, I was just thinking about another way to demonstrate the Moses rock story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I was...
Hold on, time out here, time out for just 1 minute.
What's the matter?
Well, Sadie, do you realize that this episode marks the 5-year anniversary of Family Moments?
5-year anniversary? Oh man!
We've done over 250 episodes, and almost every one of them ends with me getting pummeled with water, a pie, a cake, or something crazy.
Yeah, so what's your point?
Well, after all those episodes, I think it's time for you to join the fun.
Me? Wait, are you saying you want to throw a pie in my face?
Well, yeah, or, something like that.
Well, we'll do it, but under one condition.
What's that?
Well, we have so many wonderful fans, and we couldn't do this show without their prayers, encouragement, and the financial support of those who are in our fan club.
You're right. We have an amazing fan base.
Well, here's the deal. I'll take a pie in the face if we can get 10 new people or families to join the fan club before Easter, at the bronze level or higher.
I like that. There's nothing I would love more than for our super fans to join at the bronze, silver, or gold, or even platinum level and actually partner with us as we teach the truth to people all over the world.
Maybe I should have said 20 instead of 10.
No, I'm pretty confident we can do this.
You're right. Just go to FamilyMomentsFun.com, click Join the Fan Club, and follow the prompts. Now is your chance to help my dad put a pie, a cake, or water in my face.
Exactly. Well, I guess that about wraps everything up for...
Hold on a second. I wanted to share the idea of my object lesson, remember?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Let's say This balloon filled with water is a rock that God told Moses to speak to. All he had to do was obey God and say, "Give me water," and it would have worked, like this.
Very nice.
But instead, here, hold this rock for a second.
What in the world?
But instead, Moses disobeyed and took his staff and hit the rock, like this.
Whoa, 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 that staff has a nail taped to it.
Exactly.
You just got me soaked.
Hey, disobeying has its consequences.
You don't say.
I meant to hit that over your head. Can we try that again?
No, I don't think so. We'll see you around. We're introducing a brand new segment today called Resource of the Week. I recently came across a really cool website that I liked called Homeschool with Moxie. And since we have a lot of homeschoolers who watch our channel, and I had the chance to actually be interviewed on their podcast, we wanted to recommend it as a resource that you may find helpful. Now, the goal with Homeschool with Moxie is to inspire and encourage you with actionable strategies that take you from overwhelmed to confident in your homeschool adventure. To learn more, go to www.4onemore.com, or you can search Homeschool with Moxie on YouTube. And if you happen to be a blogger or a podcaster and you'd like to possibly be featured on a future episode, just drop us an email and we will be in touch. And we'll see you around.